In only the first week of school, I learned that Trump is a Nazi. White men are stupid. Israel has nothing to do with Judaism. ISIS has nothing to do with Islam. All chem students are oppressive Asian men. The West is a bad word and represents imperialism. Microaggression training is a requirement. It is imperative to know what microaggressions are before discussing the Holocaust. When you think of universities that have become inflicted with leftist indoctrination, my university usually doesn't come to mind. You're usually thinking about UC Berkeley or New York University. But political agenda has infected higher education to the point where this type of indoctrination has now spread to most colleges throughout the United States. I'm only halfway through college, and I've already become the campus supervillain to some people because of my political views.
You like to talk? Because the way that you're sitting here right now is not okay. It's not okay.
Why can't everybody stand here? This is free to everybody.
Because you're trying to downplay me. You're trying to make it seem like I don't care, but that my identities don't matter.
Nobody's trying to downplay you.
Just say it.
During my freshman year in college, I was banned from my college dorm's multicultural floor for dressing up as Melania Trump for Halloween.
Because this is the multicultural floor, and I think if you're a Trump supporter and you don't really respect us, then that gives us the...
So, can you explain why Trump supporters are against...
Well, if you're voting against our rights...
Now, let's just think about that for a second. Banned from the multicultural floor for dressing up as someone as multicultural as you can get. Melania Trump speaks 6 different languages and is from a different country. But because her politics don't align with people who run this multicultural floor, that didn't count. I'm a Jewish female, but apparently that doesn't count. See, their definition of multiculturalism and diversity isn't actually multiculturalism and diversity. The multicultural floor in my college freshman dorm is part of a larger program at my university called the Cultural Exploration and Diversity Learning Communities. Now, in their mission, they define this as exploring different cultures, learning about different people and their experiences, and increasing your own understanding of the diversity within the world as vital. Now, that's supposed to include diversity of thought, but according to these administrators at my university, diversity means being a leftist. In a PragerU video, Heather McDonald of the Manhattan Institute defines what is called the university diversity scam, and she explains how this is pulled by many college administrators on different campuses.
Here's how it works. If colleges are racist, sexist, and homophobic, the only way to change that, if you're a college administrator, is to create a massive diversity bureaucracy. And that, of course, is massively expensive.
Just last fall in 2018, my university spent $5 million on a new social justice center. The faculty members who run the social justice center and all of the honored guests who spoke at the opening ceremony are all well-known leftist activists.
UC's campuses, like colleges throughout America, are easily the most welcoming and inclusive social environments in human history. At least if you're not a conservative.
After some frat members were caught saying some pretty racist and vulgar things in a video, causing my university to go in complete chaos and protest, the school decided that it would be appropriate to require all incoming freshmen to take a mandatory bias and diversity training course. Let's just say that course failed. Apparently, bias and diversity training doesn't count when it comes to anti-Semitic incidents at your university. When the residence director of my freshman dorm taped up an image of the Star of David being crossed out in our lobby right next to a picture of Martin Luther King, saying that this was to advocate for Black History Month and Palestinian rights. Even when Martin Luther King was a staunch advocate for Israel and against anti-Zionism. I guess Jews are just not high enough on the totem pole of intersectionality for administrators to care. University administrators definitely showed they were against diversity of thought when they would not allow a Young Americans for Freedom chapter to be established on campus, saying that the U.S. Constitution is exclusionary to some students, and since Young Americans for Freedom recognizes the U.S. Constitution as the greatest form of government, we were violating the school's non-discrimination code. Meanwhile, the university used diversity of thought as an excuse to continue allowing internship credits to students who work for an organization where its leaders have stated support for Hamas and justified violence against Zionists.
I think Zionist is a racist ideology. And so I am not a violent person and I don't really condone violence, but I think that fighting a racist ideology and sometimes with violence might be the answer.
Now, although it seems otherwise, my university has not completely fallen off the deep end of political indoctrination. Yet. I've had professors who, although many of them still disagree with me on political issues, they don't shout or shut me down in class, and they let everybody speak. So the incidents that have already occurred at my school show that this is not a Syracuse University problem. This is a higher education problem. Your school is next. If your university continues to take your own money for the sole purpose of funneling in their own politics rather than encouraging actual education, and parents and students alike continue to turn a blind eye to this, then your school too might become another UC Berkeley. I'm Justine Burke-Murray, and you're watching your favorite Kvetching Conservative.